The West is being destroyed from the inside out. Let's talk about it. This is the Head YouTube channel, and I am your host, moderator, and all-around nice guy. This video is a little different from my other videos. Most of my videos, as you know, talk about economics and things that you can do to make your life more prosperous and secure your personal freedoms financially. But I do sometimes express my opinions and try to educate you on other aspects of our societies. So I'm going to express my opinions here, and by the way, I'm right. But I would love to hear what you think about all this in the comment section below. Well, let's start by taking a look at what happened this weekend in Paris. Yet another aggrieved immigrant group decided to hit the streets in Paris this weekend. Let's take a look at this clip. Now, this is not the first event of this kind in Paris. Paris has seen this play out multiple times over the past several years. Scenes like this. So out of a sense of largesse and charity and Judeo-Christian values, these Western countries, including America, we've invited these people in order to improve their lives. And this is how they thank us. So one of the countries that was hardest hit are the most kind-hearted people in the world, the people of Sweden.
Jag kan inte nog understryka hur allvarligt läget är. Sverige har aldrig förr sett något liknande.
Less than a decade ago, Sweden had one of the lowest levels of gun crime in Europe. Now, they're the second highest. In Stockholm, gun violence is roughly 30 times that of London. The country is engulfed in a gang war, which is almost entirely run by people with a migration background.
Okay, so listen, I'm just going to say it because I am fed up. These people from these Islamist countries, they have no interest in integrating. They have no interest in adopting the values of their adopted country. They bring their sick ideology with them, and their mission is to convert. Their mission is to change the value system of any country that they move into. And the West, like idiots, we invite them in, we feed them, we give them food, and this is how they thank us. I can't remember ever hearing an Islamic Muslim leader, stand up and profess his love and his gratitude to the country that he's now living in. And they are emboldened now. This is what they do. They go to an adopted country and they gather together in little enclaves where they all stick together, and then they vote themselves into office, and they eventually become politicians. And so now they're in real positions of power, so they can change the system from the inside. And they're so emboldened, they have no problem with scenes like this.
The enthusiastic crowd then took it a step further, calling for chants of death to America.
So I'm going to teach you a chant in Persian that you can use if you ever encounter those Zionist freaks. So you're going to say, Mard Bar. Mard Bar. Mard Bar Israel. 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 It has two meanings depending on who's asking. It can mean death to or down with. So can we get a Mard Bar America? We can get a Mard Bar America. Yes, we can. Mard Bar America. Mard Bar America. Mard Bar America. Mard Bar America.
And it's really quite frightening that the people in that crowd that are being educated about how to chant death to America, a lot of these are white men and women, mostly suburban white women. These are low IQ, low value people. And if those same, white, blonde, suburban women were in the Gaza, they probably would not last very long. But for the purposes of these Islamist ass cheeks, these people are useful idiots. Let's listen to the mayor of Dearborn, Michigan, the mayor of Dearborn, Michigan.
Malcolm X said, and I quote, "We live in one of the rottenest countries that has ever existed on this earth. It's not Genocide Joe that has to go. It's the entire system that has to go. Any system that would allow such atrocities and such devilry to happen and would support it, such a system does not deserve to exist on God's earth." And so when these fools ask us if Israel has the right to exist, the chant "Death to Israel" has become the most logical chant shouted across the world today.
Seriously?
He wants to destroy the system, okay? He doesn't like America. These people do not like Western values. This is the real mission of Iran. Israel is just a front and center face of their, grievance. But really, they have planted themselves in every Western country in the world. And these people are there to be activated. And even Bill Maher, the biggest, probably most famous leftist, in the world, is trying to wake people up.
The far left, which always like to use, well, Europe does it. Yeah, no, that doesn't work on this one anymore. Or on immigration. Sweden opened its borders to over 1.5 million immigrants since 2010, and now 20% of its citizens are foreign-born, and its education system is tanking, and it has Europe's highest rate of gangland killings. And one result is that the far-right parties are in the government now there for the first time. To which liberals say blaming immigrants for the rising crime rate is racist. Yeah, but is it true? Of course it's true. It's not a coincidence the quality of life went down after the Somali gangs started a drug turf war using hand grenades. Calling it racist doesn't solve the problem. It hands future elections to someone who will solve the problem and who, I promise, you're not going to like.
Now, here in America, we have what's known as sanctuary cities, where they openly and defiantly give the middle finger to the federal government when it comes to enforcing immigration law. They roll out the red carpet to illegals to come to their cities. And the problems that stem from that were eminently foreseeable. And of course, they wear their morality on their sleeve. And if you disagree with them, you're a racist. These people are stupid, but they cloak their stupidity in a patina of morality. And when the eminently predictable consequences come home to roost, they're surprised at the results.
This may have grave implications for the city.
And how dare anyone say New York City is not going through a crisis? And here's the sad part about it, folks. When you get 10,000 a month, there's no relief in sight. And so I'm not going to search through a thesaurus and find the proper way to be politically correct to tell you that this can destroy our city, this crisis.
Yeah, well, you created the damn crisis. You and all of your predecessors. This is what you get when you have open borders. This is what you get when you allow anybody who wants to come to your country into your neighborhoods. This is what you get. I have no sympathy for the people of New York, the people of Chicago, the people of Minneapolis, for that matter, which is where I live. This is what you get when you elect leftist socialists into office. So in my opinion, we have two kinds of illegal immigrants here, right? You have the Muslim ideology-driven people from the Mideast, and they are outspoken about what they want to do. They want to change the system. They want to tear down the system. And then you have the economic immigrants. These people coming from South America and other poor countries, they say they're seeking asylum. They're not really seeking asylum. They're seeking a better way of life. They're coming here for the freebies and the perception that they can become rich here because their country are shithole countries. But a large percentage of these people are outright criminals. And there's no country on earth that's more generous than America. But there's a right way to be generous. And the right way is not to open your doors and let anybody in who wants to come in and then live off of our dole. Every American citizen is paying for this out of our pockets. We are paying for all of this.
Todo casi gratis aquí, ¿cierto? Gracias a Joe Biden. Gracias al presidente, así es. Un buen presidente, tiene buen corazón.
With millions of migrants coming to America, many migrants are being moved to the city of Denver, Colorado. The surprise influx of migrants has put the city into a crisis, having racked up over $10 million in unpaid medical bills, and the city is projected to spend over $160 million to support migrants in the coming year. Migrants are receiving more benefits than American homeless citizens.
So I'm left out here to just fend for myself.
And it just doesn't end. Our current administration, their policy is to have a wide open door. Here's a little unfun fact for you. Did you know that the murder rate in Venezuela year over year went down 67% last year? Murder rate down 67%. I wonder why. Could it be that all the murderers are starting to head north?
And maybe they
Well, as far as I'm concerned, there is a concerted effort to bring the West down. A lot of this migration stuff is coming from the globalists who want to take the West down a peg. So these globalists, largely driven by organizations like the WEF, they get people elected to office who promote this kind of stuff. So there is a plan here. The elites of this world are driving these policies. They're driving these policies in order to bring down the Western governments, in order to bring down Western society. And in the end, it's about control. In the end, this is really about money. And all the poor people of the world and all of the aggrieved people of the world, these people are useful idiots. These are tools in order to achieve that end. And I'm not even going to take time to delve into what these idiot Ivy Leaguers are doing at Harvard and Yale and Columbia and Cornell. These kids are supposed to be the smart ones. They're supposed to be the cream of the crop. Instead, on a regular basis, they hold protests, supporting terrorists. They're either stupid or they hate their countries. Where the hell are the parents? If you're a parent of any of those kids, you should be calling your kids saying, hey, kiddo, you either knock this stuff off or I'm sending you to a trade school. I personally blame the degradation of our society on two things: bad parenting and a really bad education system. Our educational system from top to bottom has been infiltrated by socialists who hate their country. And rather than teaching the kids how to read and write and do math, they spend all their time indoctrinating kids into their stupid liberal ideologies. And this is what you end up with. Listen, no country has benefited more from multiple cultures than America. We are the great melting pot. But the reason why we succeeded is all those different cultures, they came here in order to be part of something bigger, to adopt the culture of America, to adopt Western values. And we're not getting that today. People are coming to our country out of a sense of entitlement, and they have no interest in learning our languages and learning our values, or even expressing any kind of gratitude for our largesse. I think that any foreign-born person who is here in America shouting death to America, that should be an automatic deportation proceeding. Don't pass go, don't collect $200, just goodbye. Now, nobody is a bigger free speech advocate than I am, but that is an incitement to violence, and that is not covered under free speech. When you start yelling, death to America, you're out of here. And the more that we do not do that, the more that we allow this kind of behavior to happen, the more our country is going to slide into chaos. We have to start teaching American values again. We have to start honoring our Constitution. So you people who don't like America, get the hell out. Go back to your shithole country. Am I way off base here? Okay, so please let me know in the comment section below what you think about all this. And if you don't mind, please like and subscribe. Ed Anderson, live from Minnesota, signing out.